Being mediocre is, I can't imagine participating in a sport and being middle of the pack. I need to be on top.
I don't think it's really about redemption anymore, you know. I've moved on from that and I'm just looking to be the best fighter I can be.
My goal is to get my first win in the PFL cage and continue on 2 more wins and become the PFL champion.
As soon as I won the title, felt like more pressure and a bigger want to do it again.
Robert Wilkinson becomes the first PFL champion from Australia.
Phil Davis!
The guy like him, I just like to wear him down and see what other bad habits he has.
I'm aggressive. I walk forward, I throw hands, I'm looking for the finish. I'm trying to hurt my opponent every chance I can get.
I'm going to march through my first fight, USA versus Australia. I am just eager. I've been waiting for this moment.
The final card of the first round in the PFL World Tournament belongs to the divisions built for destruction.
Valentin Moldavsky pounding away with the right hand!
On May 1st, in Orlando, Florida, it's the light heavyweights and heavyweights who take center cage. 2 former champions from opposite sides of the world, looking to add a second title to their legacy. The San Diego native who plans to prove he's still one of the best in the world. 2022 champ, determined to be the first 2-time PFL light heavyweight champion.
Nice knee! He's out!
I reckon the winner of this fight will win the tournament.
Just keep the high pace and try to exhaust him.
Phil Davis, don't be boring. You put so much focus onto one night, one fight. You know, you're kind of addicted to this feeling of being in a cage. Thousands of people cheering for you, going out and knocking someone out. You know, it's just like a pretty surreal moment.
That will do for Robert Wilkinson.
2022, November, winning that PFL world title was one of the best nights of my life.
Heavyweight champion. That is Robert Wilkinson. He's been an absolute destroyer in his first PFL season.
That's a goal. I wanted to be a world champion since I started. Heaps of my mates from Australia flew over, all in the crowd wearing fake moustaches. It was just unreal, like the memories for the night was awesome.
Wilkinson!
It was a great fight. It was a bloody fight.
Nice switch knee. Wow, right on the hook.
Wilkinson was landing a nice right hand down the middle.
Blitzing attack here for Robert Wilkinson. You can see blood pouring down the face of Amari Akhmedov. Fight's over. That's it.
What a fight.
And winning that's always going to be one of my most favourable, best memories I've got.
Robert Wilkinson becomes the first PFL champion from Australia.
I'm just addicted to that feeling, addicted to winning and just wanting to do it again. I'm back home in Australia, in Tasmania, with my family and friends, and you know, I think that kind of mental side of having all that support is going to really benefit me this year. Look at that. Toughest guy at school. No one mess with that guy. It's just difficult living that far away, you know. My partner lives over here and would come back and forth, and I've got my dogs here, and I just wanted to be back home. As soon as I won the title, I don't know, it felt like more pressure and a bigger want to do it again. There's no feeling quite like that.
You had to step away from the league before returning in the 2024 season. What was that experience like?
Yeah, it was hard. It sucked. Had to step away and got suspended in 2023. It sucked, you know. It was one of the hardest times I've gone through. I took full responsibility. There was no one to blame but myself. But yeah, going through that, you know, like one of the highest highs and then dropping down to that, you know, it was rough. So it was a long 12 months to coming back to fighting, and I think you could see it in my performance. I was itching to fight. Last season, 2024, you know, started off 2 wins.
Hammer fist raining down Rob Wilkinson. Wilkinson goes to work with both hands. There's a threat there.
Loss, that's probably where I went wrong. It was the first time I've lost by decision. I wasn't proud of my performance, you know. I wasn't tired at the end of it. If you go give 100%, you give it your all, doesn't matter win or lose, you're going to be happy, and I didn't feel like I gave it my 100%. I'm keen to go get that one back in the future. I'm back training at Hybrid Training Centre in Hobart. This is the gym I started with when I was 17 years old. It's like family here, you know, like my best friends are here, coaches since I've started are here, so it's nice to be back. There's like really good fighters just coming out of our gym, signing with these promotions and winning fights, you know. Just kind of the beginning, it's going to start growing. I think, you know, Alex Volkanovski, Robert Whittaker, you know, Israel Adesanya, myself, we're all world champions from this region.
in big trouble. Wilkinson pounding away with the right hand. 5 points for Wilkinson.
I'm keen to just get back into it and fighting Phil Davis. I reckon the winner of this fight, people are going to be pretty confident we'll win the tournament. Phil is a smart fighter. He will keep the distance. I'm aggressive. I walk forward, I throw hands, I'm looking for the finish. I'm trying to hurt my opponent every chance I can get. I want exciting fights.
Kick by Davis.
I want bloody fights.
Uppercut and a hook.
I want a knockout. Phil Davis, don't be boring. Come on, let's bring it.
Is that a large or is that a medium? My name is Phil Davis. My nickname is Mr. Wonderful. And I got that name from my cat.
Mr. Wonderful, Phil Davis.
Whoever lands first wins.
Oh my God, it's over.
Be ready, baby, I'm coming.
Phil Davis, a dominant performance.
Sometimes, if I can't sleep, I'll get up at midnight, go get apple pie, scarf it down, and get rid of the evidence. It just feels dirty, so I gotta hide it.
The former Bellator Light Heavyweight World Champion.
Thank you.
National Champion at Penn State.
Appreciate that. Nice guys finish first, and that's a fact. I really just love having so many trails here in San Diego that I can hike early in the morning. Helps me clear my head, get my thoughts together, get some extra calorie burn, and just enjoy life. When I think about my career so far, I had some great wins and some disappointing losses, but overall, I've appreciated the opportunity to fight the best in the world, and I love doing it. So I'm a father. I have 2 boys, PJ and Teddy. They're just fun kids. They keep me busy, keep me active. Now you want to do it? Okay, that's right.
What does your dad do for a living?
He fights.
What do you think of your dad?
Cool.
It really makes me concentrate on what example I'm setting, what I'm putting out into the world. What I want for my boys to see and appreciate is just the amount of hard work that it takes to be successful or whatever you choose to do. You know, it takes extra, no matter what you want to do. Headed to Azteca Boxing Club. Guess we're gonna do a little boxing today.
Is this mainly for striking, man? You're not gonna do any wrestling, or?
Nah, we'll do that too. Always a little wrestling, you know what I mean? It's like a pinch of salt, add a little wrestling all the time. You can't just be good at something, you have to always maintain and sharpen your sword. Honestly, my body feels great. I had no idea what my body would feel like, you know, at this age. Age not a factor. Not a factor, not for me. I don't cut a lot of weight. A lot of guys cut a lot of weight, and that tends to age your body a lot faster. I think Randy won a world title at 44. So, you know, it all depends on, you know, who you are individually, not so much the age. Opponent for the first round in the PFL tournament is Robert Wilkinson. You know, I think he's fairly well-rounded. He's a big guy, he's a big body. With a guy like him, I just like to wear him down and see what sort of bad habits he has once he's breathing heavy.
And Davis gets the takedown.
Strong guys, they tire fast. So just keep the high pace and try to exhaust them. Yeah, being mediocre is, you know, I can't imagine participating in a sport and being middle of the pack. I need to be on top. My goal is to get my first win in the PFL cage and continue on 2 more wins and become the PFL champion. Rob is a former champion, and I definitely think it's a bigger challenge right out of the gate. I expect him to throw haymakers from start to finish.
Oh my goodness!
I just like to take out the biggest guy in the yard.
And it's all over!
Phil Davis versus Rob Wilkinson, USA versus Australia. Let's go.
May 1st marks the conclusion of the first round of the 2025 PFL World Tournament.
Mr. Wonderful, Phil Davis!
Since the PFL launched in 2018, the light heavyweight division has seen a new champion each and every year. In 2018, it was current PFL host and play-by-play announcer Sean O'Connell who lifted the first ever PFL World title belt.
I just felt like I was building and building and building, and he was fading and fading and fading.
He's doing it again.
Then he's in trouble.
Then he's in big trouble.
And I was surprised he made it back to the corner. We didn't have to fight a 4th round because Vinny didn't answer the bell.
That is it. It is all over.
It's like relief, disbelief, and I'm season 1 PFL light heavyweight champ.
It's never going to be easy to walk away from this sport. I'm moving on. This is the last time you'll see me competing, but I'm never going to leave this sport.
3 years after O'Connell, in 2021, it was a Jiu-Jitsu world champion who would storm to the title in dramatic fashion.
After the spin, he's got the choke in! Antonio Carlos Jr. rear naked choke!
Antonio Carlos Jr. is back this year, competing in the 2025 PFL World Tournament, where he faces Bellator title challenger Ireland's Carl Moore in the first round.
Very nice uppercut by Carl Moore.
Nice takedown. Carl Moore!
It's a world-class matchup, as the Brazilian with the unforgettable nickname Shoeface
You can't make one mistake against Shoeface.
tries to become the first multi-time PFL light heavyweight champ. After nearly capturing a Bellator championship, Belfast-born Carl Moore now has a second chance to finish what he started.
Belfast has always been a fighting city.
Paul, big news,
Here I am, a young kid from Belfast, on the big stage.
He fights out of Belfast, Northern Ireland.
Carl Moore, he was not
to be denied. And Paul Hughes makes a dramatic and stunning statement in front of the Irish crowd.
You ask anybody, not just in Belfast, but certain most parts of Ireland, I think that's part of the process for young men.
Victory for the Irishman. Just a dominant performance from Nathan Kelly.
Kieran Clark just showing why he's so good.
Kieran Clark with a victory.
I think in Ireland in general, you have to be able to fight. You have to be willing to stand up for yourself. It's the only way you get respect, and if you don't, you're going to get walked over.
And that's how quickly MMA can finish.
growing up in Belfast definitely prepared me to be a professional MMA fighter. This is probably the best path I could have took.
Nice high kick by Carl Moore.
Oh, big straight left. Carl Moore has been really impressive.
Before COVID, I had dislocated my shoulder. I had to get a knee operation, which had set me back for about 18 months. And then after I got healthy after that, COVID hit. And when I was just getting back and trying to get a fight, Bellator couldn't get nothing. And then they released myself and so many other Irish and UK-based guys, and back to square one again. After I got released, I had no money, no opportunities or nothing. I thought, right, I need to make a change. And I decided to stay in the gym. And I got John allowed me to put a mattress on the floor. And that was cold, it was freezing, it was damp, moss on the walls, uncomfortable. But even though it was a bad place to be in, and like I'd been released and I was depressed and like don't know what's next. At times when the gym was empty and I couldn't sleep, it was cold and I was hungry, I would get up at sometimes at 1, 2 in the morning and shadow box in the mirror or hit the bag. It's do or die. If I don't do this, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. Those were moments like, I'm gonna make it, I have to make it. I never lost sight of where I'm gonna be, I never lost sight of I'm gonna make it. I knew if I just stay focused and stay dedicated and keep doing what I'm doing, something will pay off.
To see the way that this man has manifested his destiny in the sport of mixed martial arts.
All the sacrifices, all that sleep on the floor, freezing cold, it's led me to where I am now, and it's about to pay off.
The first round of the PFL World Tournament closes out Thursday, May 1st.
Wow!
Former light heavyweight world champion Phil Davis makes his return to the cage versus former PFL world champion Rob Wilkinson.
Nice knee!
Fighters only get one shot to advance. Don't miss the action Thursday, May 1st at 10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2 and ESPN+.
The last weight division to take to the cage in the 2025 World Tournament are the heavyweights.
Michelle drops Valentine!
This year, a new PFL heavyweight champ will be crowned.
And he finds the finish in the blink of an eye!
While he's never tasted PFL glory, Valentin Moldavsky is a former Bellator champion.
He's already worn Bellator gold. He wants to do the same thing in the PFL. Valentin Moldavsky pounding away with the right hand!
Moldavsky is a protege of MMA legend Fedor Emelianenko.
Moldavsky pouring it on, and it's over.
Plus, the division includes rising prospect Abraham Babley, a proven underdog from London, who's here to prove that hunger hits harder than height.
Babley is just moving at a different speed, very explosive, very fast.
Babley improves his record inside the PFL cage.
My name's Abraham Babley, the one and only. I'm at the HQ where all the stars are born. I got into MMA because I enjoyed beating people up.
Abraham Babley rains down heavy blows. That'll do it.
Southampton was a very dangerous area. A lot of knife crime, gun crime, but that's everyone's story in London, you know, from the environment that I'm from, that's normal. Well, my block looked like an old prison, you know, and like I like to explain, I was just there for vibes and violence. I made no money. That was a default setting for me. So I'm proud of where I'm from, and I represent my area to the fullest. Ultimate goal is to be the best. What am I doing this for? You think I'm doing all these sessions for free? I'm here to get big dough and get a belt around my waist, and that is it. Leave a legacy for my son to be proud of. And that's what I do this for. Look, at the end of the day, if it weren't MMA, I'd be fighting outside right now. You know, I'm always looking for more violence in my life. Listen, none of them underestimate me. I know how they look at me at the back. I know how they see me when I'm warming up. All of them keep their heads down while I'm staring them all in their eyes. This is me in the cage, outside the cage. I'm the same man. I don't need to pretend. This is a fact, me 100%. When I'm in that cage, I'm on different volts. Just another day, just another day.
May 1st marks the conclusion of the first round of the 2025 PFL World Tournament. Fighters in the light heavyweight division.
What a critical performance from Simeon Powell.
And the heavyweight division.
And it's over! Mamma mia! Legend Marcel!
Competing for the last of 32 spots in the semi-finals. Who will advance? The former Bellator champion out of San Diego?
Phil is constantly threatening.
Or the heavy-handed Aussie?
Robert Wilkinson becomes the first PFL champion from Australia.
It's win or go home.
Moldavsky pouring it on, and it's over.
One shot to advance, one shot at greatness.
Oh, he's gonna finish this. That's gonna be the end of the fight. Mr. Wonderful, Phil Davis.
Oh! And he finds the finish in the blink of an eye.
It is all over.
This is PFL Origins.
The first round of the PFL World Tournament closes out Thursday, May 1st.
Wow!
Former light heavyweight world champion Phil Davis makes his return to the cage versus former PFL world champion Rob Wilkinson.
Nice knee!
Fighters only get one shot to advance. Don't miss the action Thursday, May 1st at 10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2 and ESPN+.